it. And then in addition, the latest year will be covered this green part. Then all those 4 areas will be covered in final year. Then of course the first year, red colored area, children's situation is far better than second years or the third years. So it's statistically, it's clear thing. Then so accordingly, the second, third years, children or mothers have the less knowledge or the less practical knowledge or the activity or conduct in the project. So if it's allowed, we have to assess their skills and knowledge or the improvement of the health status at the end of the whole project in 2016. And then if we could find some special needs in that particular area inside of Virinaja, maybe we have to continuously work on the specific group, I think. But it's a matter of the kind of the length of the project or duration of the project. So of course the third year's area gonna be most needy area at the end of the project. But the first area in 2013 will be really good. We'll find a really good result, I'm sure. But anyway, we are planning to have the evaluation, midterm project evaluation in June to July in this year, so we can assess how it works. And then, of course, we have to we have to look for the single household situation, because why malnutrition or the IDA happen is because of different reasons. Some family doesn't have enough money, cannot afford to buy food, of course, but some family just have too much children. For example, they cannot take care of the children one by one with careful, the mind. Or some children just weaker than others because they are many. Yes, so we need a kind of case studies to know why this the malnutrition happened in this house, so that we can do some more clear and then appropriate support individually, I think. And last year, actually, we planned it, the case studies. We have to conduct the case studies, but the war happened, unfortunately. So after that, we stopped it. So maybe next term we can do it. And then indicator, in order to evaluate our activities, how much the people are actually using their knowledge or skills through the awareness session, as I showed the concept paper, we put the indicators, like for example, at the end of this year, how much percent of the women who got the awareness sessions or the cooking demonstration will use this idea in their household. That we put this kind of indicators, so we can know it at the end of the year. Is it clear enough? Thank you.
I want to ask, first of all, I would like to say that it's really impressive when I see that the employees number is really minimal to the intervention and the number of beneficiaries that you're reaching to. So this is really impressive. The other thing is that I want to know that have you ever calculated the cost per child while you're working? And I wanted to say something that was mentioned right now is in both areas. First, the food that you're making people aware of to eat. Have you considered of having like recipes that to give them like a small book? We have done that and it's very, very effective. A small recipe book with the food that they can find very cheap in the market, and it has high value in nutrition, nutritional value. And the other thing is, what we found out in Jordan is we really need to change the behavior, the dietary behavior of the mothers and the children and the community. And it's not the lack of food, it's the dietary behavior. Have you also considered that?
Yes, of course. Thank you for your question. First of all, I just now quickly confirm about the how much per children to assess or the care about them through a year. Like it will be $44 if simply calculated as a number of children. But of course, the beneficiary is not only the children but also the training. Through the training, the volunteers will be trained, so the cost itself more than the $40 US dollars per children. We can have many outcomes from this project, so it depends how do you calculate it. But I know actually the specialist, there is a specialist in terms of the health for children, how do you say, that we can calculate how much do you spend to improve the one child health. I know this kind of idea, but I have never tried with a specialist, to be honest. So if you have some idea, please teach me. Yes, thank you very much. And the second question is the menu of the cooking demonstration. We have a nutritionist in Ard El-Insan, so we consider that, of course, to clear the balance of the food. Then some, as I said, there are some reasons why the children are facing the malnutrition. Some of them are simply poor. Some of them are infected by amoeba, for example, or some of them just weaker than other children. Some of them just careless of mothers. Some of them less education. So we need a kind of case studies, as I said. Except that we cannot know, but as average, maybe the less education, because the primal needs assessment, which we conducted in 2012, the data was showing the knowledge of mothers toward the child health was lower than other areas. So it is a fundamental idea. So we expand the idea of the menu or through the educational materials we printed. The step by step, we are sharing the concept. And then, what was the third one? You have
It's regarding the changing of the behavior of the mother, and you have already answered that. I wanted to share with you one finding that's really have been affecting the dietary status of children in Jordan is drinking so much tea. And it's really affecting the child's life, and it's really bad. And I don't know if you have.
We do very, very often, like every single time we visit house, don't drink tea, don't give the tea to the children after the meal.
It does cause anemia. Actually, this is one of the they don't have to be poor people, and this is the issue here.
Yes, at least we shouldn't give the tea after the meal to the children, because it's really deprive the nutrition from the body. So yes.
Thank you for the answers. My question is very simple. You have been building up the capacity to work to meet the objectives of the mission. The capacity, the structural capacity, 30 volunteers and so on. The capacity building of the setup in Gaza. Do you feel that this setup will give you the opportunity to meet the objectives in 2015 and 2016?
I at least expect so, to be honest. As you said, this project has a different phase, different aspects, to be honest. Not only improvement of the child nutrition, but also the capacity building of the health workers or mothers, themselves. And then through the project, I'm sure those capacity will be expanded internally, and then we built another structural kind of structure to prevent the child malnutrition. So, but yes, as I said previously, we have a similar project in Gaza City, not the northern Gaza, to Bah, Zaytun, Shujaiya. We had a similar project 6 years, and then after the project, we saw some continuous activities in the area, and then, as I said, during the latest hostilities, the Shujaiya was completely destroyed in this time, so it really sad. Community itself was destroyed, so you know, the structure also destroyed in a sense, but they're still working in the shelter as a mother leaders to provide to expand the knowledge they learned before. So ironically, it's working. It works well in the shelter even. So I expect same thing happen in Vietnam.
Thank you. So I understand the second phase is actually the new areas that you showed on the map. This you will be covering the new areas. And so the original areas that you covered in phase 1, there is no involvement at all. You will keep or just watching them. There will be no additional cost there? Or,
yeah, of course, the new children always come from the fast covered areas where the new delivery children always exist, and then also the more than 5 years old, they are growing year by year. So of course, but as average, for example, the first targeted area improved their health status dramatically. Like average, the baseline survey showing that only 10% of them are anemic. But compared with that, the new area in 2014, the average more than 55% of children were anemic. So as combined statistics, it's showing still the second year or third year facing the more difficult situation in terms of the malnutrition or anemia. So the fingertips, the hemoglobin, but from this year we stopped it. Maybe it's not sufficient, so we use the CBC. Do you know the complete CBC? I think complete blood CBC. Because the laboratory is existing in Ard El-Insan's clinic, so the lab staff come to the region once a week or twice a week, and then they do the screening. So it's easier, they said. So from this year, we changed the style how to assess the hemoglobin.
Thank you so much. My question was about the $300 that you said that you needed for transportation or personal expenses for the accounting. From JVC, you are not JVC is not covering such expenses or your salary. I mean, $300 per month is not a big amount of money, but you deserve maybe $20,000 a month for
yes, this is JVC internal program that I'm fundraiser of this project.
Yes.
And then I'm funding my salary by myself. This is how it works in JVC, to be honest, unfortunately. If I couldn't earn money enough, I have to resign JVC. So I'm always looking for the money from other donors who is interested in Gaza project for my salary. So anyway, I need to find someone.
But if you get, let's say, $300, but you obviously can't live on $300. You are getting a salary from someone else, other donors.
No, the salary price is fixed by JVC regulation, but I have to find the donors every single moment for myself as well. For my transportation from Jerusalem to Gaza, for my the social welfare, for my salary, for my communication fees, the telephone, something like that. So it's necessary, and my salary is about 29,000 US dollars per year annually. So I think it's not so high.
You deserve much more than that. I was just wondering about $300. I mean, it's, we can, yes. Okay.
Then last year, actually, I couldn't get from the Rotary Global grants at all. Then accordingly, I have to, look for the other donors, and then I have also the obligation to explain myself to the other donors what I am doing in Gaza and how much your contribution is working how. So, this kind of things. So if you can contribute some for myself, I'm so happy. Something like that. Then if you need it, I can clearly submit the audit letters in the Palestine as well as in Japan.